This is upcycling what we couldn't sell. No one's buying these at $8 or $5. In fact, I tried to give one away and he was like, no, I'm good, thanks. No, if you can't sell something, try to come up with a different way to make it work. Ooh, the wind is blowing. Bob, what are you doing now, buddy? Well, since we didn't sell any of these, I thought I'd just try to make up something that we could sell. You know, instead of wind chimes, wood chimes. What else you got, man? Some even said they should be a whistle. I don't think that's gonna work. What are you doing now? Is that a fort? Since we're in the beginning of August, I think it's time to start preparing for Christmas gifts, especially if you're gonna have a lot of gifts to sell. So, upcycled piece of wood. I think we can do this. I went ahead and built one so that I can explain it, and I think you'll get a kick out of this. I think it's an ornament. You don't need the black hook or whatever. Cut it thin. I think you can do it any way you want. I took scrap wood and made the top and the bottom, just to kind of hold them together. My yield out of one of these was 2 of these. I was charging $5 to $8 for these. But what do you think someone might pay for a Christmas ornament? I have absolutely no idea. We can use these scraps to bring the lids that we need. Well, like this one, this piece here. Ta-da. This one doesn't weigh a lot. I think it'd be great for a Christmas tree. Something else on the back here, if you wanted, you can put a keyhole slot here. I'm going to show you today 3 ways that we can use these that didn't sell and upcycle these to make crosses. It's going to be epic. Stick around. So to get these 2 pieces here, I'm going to bring you in closer. All right, a lot closer. Now, I'm going to bring this over to the thickness I want it. So I have it set at around 5/8. I think it's just a little thinner than 5/8. I'm gonna cut this one. Let's see how many we can get out of it without doing any math on the measurements. I don't know if the camera caught it. I cut these 2 and I thought these were too thick, or this one was. So I have already cut this piece out of the scrap wood pile over there. And the reason why I did that is so that when we lay these down, that gives us the cross thickness that we want, that I want. You do whatever you see fit. Let's get some clamps on it. All right, that's what that middle piece is for. Okay, I've been wanting to get rid of this cherry anyway, these pieces. What I'm thinking, and you can do it however you see fit, but if we put a big, maybe a wider piece out in the front, same width on this side also, that gives you a sturdier base that now you don't have to hang it up. You can sit it on a mantelpiece. We're gonna get this piece cut because I want a bigger base on that since we already have one of these. So if I can get $5 for this and each one of these, that's $10 for each one. If you want to support me, buy the hooks that are linked down below. I did the cheapest ones I could find. We took 4 of them and then we were able to get 24 of these. So we're gonna measure this so we know how long our pieces need to be to reach the bottom. Okay, we got 3 5/8 length here. I'm gonna cut a piece that's at least that long, but we're gonna make it 2 inches wide so it has a stand. So that it can sit on someone's desk or decor. Let's get this ripped to 3 5/8. Boy, that cherry is absolutely gorgeous. Now we need 2-inch pieces. On the price thing, Everyone seems to have their own way of measuring their money. You have to be the one to decide what you want to make on these, not me. Some people don't want to be paid an hourly rate. They'd rather charge percentage. Totally fine. The calculator that I've made already takes into consideration the lights and the saw blade wear and tear and stuff like that. One of the biggest things that I kept seeing over and over again in the comments below was that trying to get these things sold is very, very difficult. Not just these, but anything. And you have charges, like if you go to Etsy, they charge a percentage per listing. I think it's 20 cents per listing. And then they're going to take some off the front end or back end, whatever, when you actually sell the piece. Doing craft fairs, you got to pay the lot fee that for your tent and all that jazz. Plus you got money in your tent and stuff like that. Moving on from all that. Always check your square. Let's get the blade all the way up. Wow, that is perfect. And there you go, square as it can be. Now we'll set this up here and get it dialed in. I don't want my blade up my armpit, you know what I'm saying? So we're gonna put this at 2 inches. This piece doesn't come out all the way. That's an issue, Rockler. If you're paying attention, this needs to come out at least to the edge of this. That's what I'm talking about. This slides down to here, and we need 2 inches. And you can see right there, it only goes to 3. We might be able to push it out just a little bit more, but that's the issue, Rockler. All right, so we're gonna have to go a whole different route on that. Let's break out the Incra. This is a thin rip jig. This is a Wood River thin rip guide, not sponsored. I'll leave a link down below though. For me to get the 2 inches that we need, take this right to 2 inches. Just tighten it like that, and then you can slide it back and tighten it down. Then we can just walk up, cut to 2 inch pieces. Second Timothy 3:16 and 17 say, all scripture is inspired by God and profitable for teaching, for reproof, for correction, for training in righteousness, so that the man of God may be adequate, equipped for every good work. Read the word. All right, so we've got that piece cut. That we can get that centered up there. I am going to go back to the table saw and I'm going to cut another one of these that's not as wide. It's only going to be this thick, so we can have a piece to go across the top. And remember, we're using scrap wood. It's free wood, but it's not free wood. It should have already been paid for by another customer and or whatever. You can charge for your scraps. I actually do, 75 cents a board foot. I adjusted the thin rip jig. Now we have 2 of these. Thin rip jig, thin rip jig. And I was thinking something else here. I went ahead and cut some more bigger pieces. I kind of want it to be a little longer, you know, on each side. Now let's get one of these put together so that we can get a bunch of them put together. We have one like this one like that one. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a keyhole slot, but do me a solid favor. If you know of a different way that you can take these that I have tried to figure out, I can't. But if you have something else you can make out of them, let me know. I did the hole on the wrong side. It's supposed to be on the long end. Comment and tell me if you have a better solution to use these for instead of, and don't say train whistle. Whew. That was a funny comment. I appreciate it. And I want to thank all of you subscribers out there. Y'all are the bomb. Y'all have made this channel just shoot through the moon. Today is 103 days since I put out the very first video, and we are sitting over almost 850 subscribers already. Now, I need watch hours, so watch the videos all the way through, over and over and over again. Tell your friends. I'm gonna put a dash of that glue and use the CA accelerator glue to make it stick. And I'm going to put it in my vise here, like this. You don't need much. Now, if anything squeezes out, we're gonna sand it anyway. Two, three. Pull that out like so. Still want to be genteel with it. Gentle, genteel, whatever. I have this cool thing here, not sponsored by Milescraft. It's just a center finder. Cha-dow. Then you can take a square. Some advice, don't mark it hard and heavy. That way it'll come off easier when you go to sand it. I'm gonna lay it down here like this. Now, if you wanted to go all out and you wanted to put some dowel rods in there to hold it forever, there it is. Now, obviously, it ain't cleaned up or nothing. I can't help myself. I went ahead and pre-drilled some holes, and now I have a 3/16 inch dowel. I want it to. I don't want it to ever fall off of there. Now we don't have to worry about it falling off. One of the reasons why I like doing stuff like that is because I like for my product to have some stability to it. So I found this piece of walnut in my bin over there. The pieces that we need to go across here that I want a keyhole slot in is I'm gonna mark out 5, 6, whatever of them at this thickness that they need to be. And I'm gonna go ahead and run key slots in all of them. Cut them out and then slice them up. That way I'll have multiple key slots for many different pieces. So, and it helps me get the practice. I've had one commenter find that I messed up. If you go look at the videos, you'll see I had one at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to do a bunch here and we'll see how that works. All right, sweet, we got this figured out. It got better. Practice is very helpful. So obviously, now we can go cut these out and now we have 4 to stick on top. All right, I have all those cut. I'm not gonna make you watch this. I gotta get all this cleaned up. This is a little messy. We got room to breathe now. Now we gotta come up with the idea of what kind of bottoms we want to put on them. You can probably get a key slot bit for the same price you can get one of those hooks for. You can get way more yield out of a bit than you can hooks. I am trying something for the first time, a collaboration. We'll see if it works out. I'm doing it with Chris, More Than Sawdust. If you haven't checked out his channel, go check it out. I'll drop a link below. I gotta go to the table saw and get that straightened out. You can see that that's not gonna work. This is what we call working against the grain. Okay, flat. This is what they're turning out to be and what they look like. It's pretty simple to make. I mean, that's kind of funny how tall that is, but whatever. We'll get busy and keep her hammered down. Like and subscribe if you want. I'm not telling you what to do. That's the 3 kinds that we can make.